Hello, guys. I don't understand this darkness, but I'm trying my best to get a little of lighting in here. Maybe if I move back a little bit and move forward, I don't fucking know. I'm just trying. Anyway, I gotta get my brother-in-law to fix this because I don't understand why there's so much darkness and this lighting here. See, that's maybe that looks a little better, but not as much as I want it to be, but better than anything. Well, um, as far as I'm concerned, guys know I've been having a little hard time with, my medical issues. So I went to the doctors, which I felt I was bamboozled. And I went and finally saw my primary care, who was actually on vacation. So I saw somebody else. And she cleared me of the pneumonia, but she also asked me if I'm not ready to go to work, that she will make paperwork for me so I could rest. And I felt, even though I'm financially a little strapped right now, like I said before, money isn't nothing if you're not healthy. If you don't feel good enough that you can't even spend $1 and you feel crappy, or you know what I'm trying to say. Money doesn't mean anything when your health is all fucked up. So I'm just gonna take the financial hit, and God is good because I always work for the primary elections, and there's 3 elections coming up this year in the Bronx. Anyway, I'm in New York, and I went and took the class. I passed it, and I'm in for the 3 elections. Now it's a 4-hour class. You pass, you get $100. Plus, if you work the one election, you get a nice little check, the first check. You work the second election, you get that check. You work the third election, you get a bonus. So even though I have a little emergency put away, it ain't big, but it ain't bad, but it's just enough to get me by. Hi, Pete. It's just enough to get me by. And, God is good because, all of a sudden I get called to work. Now I can go to work. So, I have 3 credit cards pending that need to be paid. I mean, nobody's hassling me about it. I make my payments on time, but I like to get them done and over with very quickly. So instead of me, now that I'm off 2 weeks and I have no time put away because I took all my PTO, at least I'll have this election money, which I will put directly on both credit cards and get them out of my way. So sometimes when one thing doesn't turn out right, something else comes in. So in a way, that was a blessing to me because it lifted up a little bit of hardship that I knew that I was going to have, but it would just put a damper on my little thing. But so whatever I need to spend on bills, I will be able to without being hurt that bad, because now the election money will take care of the credit cards itself, because that's all it's going to, the credit cards. And I'm loving it because it lifted up a lot of things off of my shoulders. Now, as far as going to the doctors, well, I found out that I was never on an antidepressant. I was on a mood stabilizer. I'm like, what the fuck am I on a mood stabilizer? I'm bipolar, for crying out loud. I get, sometimes depression to the point where I'm suicidal. Why was I? He said, well, you've been doing so good on it. I said, what makes you feel I'm doing so good? I was doing good on it because I was on Suboxone. You don't feel no pain. You don't feel pain when you're on Suboxone. So depression wasn't, that's why I wasn't feeling the depression, because I was on the Suboxone. So once I got off of Suboxone, that's when everything started hitting me. The depression came. The fucking health issues came. It's just something how everything comes when you're trying to get clean, trying to do a good thing, but all that stuff is dormanted, and it just, like, out of the blue, it's just this psychosomatic thing came over me, this depression that I haven't felt in years. Why? Because I was so fucking sedated off of the Suboxones all the time that I never felt depressed. So I guess he thought he knew what he was doing. I'll give her the Suboxone, put her on mood stabilizer, keep her off of antidepressants. Wrong thing to do. I guess at that time it might have been the right thing. But I said, you really don't know me. I come in here and I'm in here like not even 10 minutes. You make my prescription, ask me how I'm doing. He said, but you think that just because you sit in here less than 10 minutes that I don't be analyzing you. I knew for the last 6 months. This is what he's telling me, that you were not in a good space. I said, and I kept asking you about changing your meds, doing this, and you kept saying you was fine, but I kept seeing that you wasn't fine, but I can't push you. So again, I came in there looking a mess, because you guys know I was a mess, pneumonia, looking ragged, and I told him I can't. I had suicidal thoughts. I had all this shit going on, the fucking pneumonia. I'm a mess, So we sat down and talked, and he was very surprised because I kept asking a lot of questions. Because he asked me when he first gave me the Celexa and the Klonopin, what did I do that made me so scared of it? What I did was, my greedy fucking ass and my impatient ass, was I took a Celexa and oh my God, I felt so great. Like a weight was lifted off me. So I said, I'm not going to wait till tonight to take the Klonopin, because it was one Klonopin and a Celexa in the morning and then a Klonopin at night, I guess, to sleep out enough. So I said, I don't want to deal with that. So I took them all. Oh my God, that was the worst thing to do, Pete. Never do that. That is the worst. That wasn't even a high. I don't know what that was. That was something that was so scary that day, after not being on Suboxone so long, I was searching anything in the house to get this horrific feeling I was feeling. I thought I was ODing. And I got a hold of, and I took 8 milligrams of Suboxone because of what that shit put me through. I don't know what the hell. I thought I was like, what the fuck? Was a bad reaction to it. Like, it was like too much. It was a high that was not for me. So I got scared of them. The Suboxone calmed everything down, took everything away from me. So I went and I threw everything in the garbage, not knowing that I was on the Klonopin. But I wasn't on it like that every day, because I thought they were clonidine towards the end. I was taking the Klonopin every once in a while. I wasn't even addicted to it. Then I got addicted to it by taking 6 of them a day because of the kratom and all this shit, and it just made the kratom pain go away. Anyway, got fucked up. That's another story. You all guys don't laugh. So now he said, you need to give the Celexa a try because you're in a really bad spot right now. What I'm saying is that I took the Celexa and 2 Klonopins at the same time, and that was a bad mixture for me. That's why I said never do that. But everybody's body's different. I'm not a big woman, and it wasn't even a high. It was something very uncomfortable, and it was past the sedation. I was really fucked up. I was laying on this bed pretty much crawling on it. I crawled to the kitchen to find a Suboxone because I didn't even know if that was going to damage me even more. But I knew what I was feeling felt like an OD. It was bad. It was bad. I didn't take them like I was supposed to take them. I thought I'd just take them all and just don't have to deal with it at night. But it wasn't supposed to be done that way. Anyway, that particular thing scared me so much that I threw them away. Oh, calm support is good. Calm support is good. I like it. I like the way it makes me feel the next day. I mean, you wake up a little groggy, but once you take your coffee, it kind of like makes your mind a little clearer, and you sleep better, and there's no tensions in your muscles, no nothing. I love it. I still have some there, but being that I had the pneumonia and everything, nothing I was taking was working until I got that shit out of my system. Wow. That's a I don't know. I can't say that's a big leap. I think that's a big leap. But you know what? Can't put off today what you can't do tomorrow. I mean, because I think the longer you wait, fucking whatever we do, tapering, to me, tapering is making you suffer more and more and more. And that's not a good thing to do. So you might as well, just like you do, take that jump, take that leap. Make sure your magnesium are your best friends, because that helps so much with the restless legs. Um, Melatonin helps too when you can't sleep. The most you'll go through would be like maybe 4 or 5 days of very uncomfortness, depending on how much you was taking. I know, sweetheart. I know. That's why I could understand you saying. And at first, I was like, "Wow, that's a serious jump." Now, but like you say, you feeling like crap every day. Why continue feeling like crap? Just fucking jump and get it over with. You're gonna feel like that for a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it won't kill you. It won't be like some people say it's like detoxing heroin. For me, it wasn't, because I didn't do that much. It all depends on the length of time and how much you was doing. And it depends how strong your body is. You know what I'm saying? But the most it took was 3 to 4 days of physical withdrawals. The rest is the mental. Once you get past the mental, you cool. No, then it's the pause. The pause is the kicker. That's the kicker. But it won't last that long. The pause for some reason don't last that long. It lasts a little longer when you're on the opiates. But with the kratom, the pause doesn't last that long. But I'll say in about a month, you should be feeling at least 75% better. And I'm so glad that you decided to do this. Um, if by any chance it doesn't work, because it happened to me, I gave up once and then I tried it again and I stuck to it. It's like 30 something days. But like I told you the other day, I felt so bad. I did a cup, and guess what? Did nothing for me. It did nothing for me. You know, I was desperate because I was feeling like fucking bugging the fuck out. I figured maybe that'll calm me down, but to me, it made me more depressed. So I just said, this is not working. This is the wrong thing to do. I came too far, and it didn't do anything to me anyway, Pete. So I was like, it was a waste of my time, you know. But when you're desperate to feel better, you know. So anyway, as far as the pneumonia, everything is good. But the problem was I could still feel the wheezing. And she heard the wheezing. She said it sounds like asthma, uh, with a combination of bronchitis in there. So she gave me some cough medicine, which I'm having trouble with the insurance because they changed everything around. So I had to buy this particular medication over the counter, which was fucking like $17, Mucinex. She said, because I can't hardly spit out the mucus or nothing. She said the mucus is really stuck to my lungs. The x-rays are clear, but the mucus is there. She said it could be asthma. We won't know until all that stuff comes out. Then we're going to test you. She gave me a pump and all that. So I started the Mucinex just now. I just got home. And it's supposed to loosen. She said it's going to be a lot of mucus. Don't get scared. Let it all come out, because a lot of it didn't come out during these 7 days. I had very hard time getting that out of my system. So she said the more comes out, the better, and you'll start feeling better. But as far as the breathing is concerned, I breathe okay, but she still feels it could be a combination of the asthma and the bronchitis. And also, even though I took the antibiotic, it didn't kind of remove the mucus out of my lungs, which that's where the cough medication came in. So I went and got the Mucinex time relief capsules, the one that's good for day and night. So I'm gonna be taking that. Um, you know, I try the Celexa, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know where I'm going to be at with that, because I told him, and then I don't hear good things about that. He said, what is it that what are you searching? Why are you searching? Stop looking at YouTube stuff like that. I said, what if I tell you I just look at the medical aspect of it? It doesn't have to, you don't get all this information from YouTube. You get it out of the medical books, you know? Yeah, it's like, you want to recover, you want to get off all the drugs, and you get sick. God, I forgot about that part. And I was told that years ago, Ada, when you start getting off all your meds and the heroin, all that, don't be surprised if you start getting sick. I said, why? Because heroin covers up a lot of sickness, you know, colds and everything. I noticed I never would get or anything. I thought I was the healthiest bitch running around. Meanwhile, it was just laying there ready. It was like a bomb ready to explode. Highs happen, ready to explode. And that's exactly what happened to me. And when I tell you, and listen to what he told me too. I said, I think there's something going on with this Clonopin. I don't feel right. I said, instead of taking the one at night, I take both of them during the day because I feel like I'm withdrawing. He said, you are. You only been off Suboxone since February. I said, but I did the withdrawal and everything. He said, you did the withdrawal and everything, but it's still there. It's still there. He tells me that I could still be going through withdrawals through the opiates. He said it's not uncommon. You've been on it for 4 years. You might have good days, and then there's days that it comes back. I'm sorry to say it's going to take a little longer, maybe another 3 or 4 months before you actually be totally normal without any withdrawals, because I do be feeling withdrawals, and I thought it was the Klonopin. He said, remember, you came from 6 to 2. Could be the Klonopin, and it could most definitely be the Suboxone. He said, but I'll tell you one thing about the Suboxone. Once you withdraw from it, it's not going to be that simple. You're still going to be going through certain things here and there. He said withdrawal and recovery takes a while. And when people say a year or so, he said, I'm going to be honest, that's probably why. And what's making it worse for me is going through the pneumonia and all that on top made me so weak with the withdrawals and everything, and it was depleting me. Oh, terrible, terrible. Yeah, I do believe that. I sit here sometime and I think about, okay, the pneumonia's gone. I have the wheezing going on. I have the bronchitis going on, which I got the pump and I got the music to get the cough out. But we all know our bodies, and I know what withdrawal feels like. And I tell him, I think it's not even about the Suboxone. I think it's about the fucking Klonopins, because I came from 6 milligrams to 2 milligrams in 1 month. And granted, it only took me 2 weeks to get addiction like that. And now it's only for 2 weeks. And I feel like I've been on it forever. Pete, I honestly think it's the Klonopin too. And what made me angry, because I told him I want off the Klonopin. Last month, you offered me something. He said, I don't remember. He's playing these fucking games like, okay, you're taking advantage of my sickness now, acting like I got dementia. You mentioned a medication, another anti-anxiety that you could put me on and take me off the Klonopin. I said to him, for some reason, I was okay. I said, no. But deep down inside, I was afraid if I start something new, that Klonopin shit might come back at me. And I honestly do think it's the Klonopin. I'm not saying that it's really, really bad to the point, but I'm saying it's there. It's something is there, and I think it's the Klonopin. And I think it has a lot to do with me coming off 6 and going to 2 milligrams. Like that. I said, it's impossible with everybody going through all this Klonopin business that I can just drastically go from 6 to 2 in a matter of 30 days. It's impossible. And in the middle of the night, I take the 2 Klonopins in the morning because I don't want to feel. When I take the one, I don't feel right. But when I took the one with the Celexa, it didn't feel so bad. But I kept saying it didn't feel enough. I still didn't feel right. So I took the second one and I felt perfect. But when I go to bed at night, now I take some chamomile, which helps me sleep. But I'm finding myself getting up 2 or 3 times and feel myself withdrawing a bit. Not a lot, but it's enough. And I do wake up sick. I'm sorry, I wake up sick. Yeah, and that's exactly what my doctor said too. It takes some time to adjust, but he was just kept talking about the Suboxone. He would not keep. I kept telling him, I don't think it's a Suboxone. I think it's a Klonopin. I jumped from 6 milligrams to 2 milligrams. I mean, who does that without thinking there's repercussions? I mean, I went through 36 days of cold turkey, which did help, but I still feel that it's going to take a couple of months before my body gets stable to 2. That's why, like, seriously, P, I'm with you on that I think it's the Klonopin. I even thought that it wasn't working. It is working. It's just not enough. But I don't want to stick another one in my mouth. I don't want to stick another one in my mouth. Like, why would I keep doing that? It's just going to make things worse and worse and worse and worse. So, as far as the mental aspect of it, I told him I was tired of feeling, with all these detoxes and stuff like that. It just made me really mentally ill. It really did. Made me want to just fucking like crawl somewhere and die. I couldn't take feeling the way I was feeling. And today I woke up, okay, and I keep saying, yo, I'm fucking sick. I'm fucking sick. And I know I'm sick from the fucking Klonopin. And I don't know how long do you guys think I'm going to keep going through this? Months? I don't know. Because if that's going to be the case, then the titration I was going to do in January might not be able to take place because, what's going on now. I mean, I'm being a trooper about it and I'm sticking to it, but I work and it's pretty hard. But right now, I got an extra 2 weeks off of work. Financially, I'm hit, but I'm gonna be all right. So I figure, let me see what's going on once I take all this phlegm comes out of my body and everything. But it will make a difference. My stuff will be back, and this gotta go. I was already told, and here I am. I'm waiting for some gum that's gonna come in some patches over the mail, which I got it cheaper somewhere else because they wanted too much money in the drugstores. And oh, all my chats went away. What happened? Everybody's hiding. Oh, here it goes. I thought it went away. Oh, really? I have antibiotics. Is there any antibiotics that you recommend that are really good? The Klonopins, according to him, I was so shocked. He said I've been on it for 4 years. But there was times that I would take it like twice a month. And I would throw them away. But one time I found them and I read it and I thought it said clonidine. And I took it and I felt really good. So that's why I knew That was my first time trying Klonopin in a long time. I thought it was clonidine. Started taking 2 every time I felt the sickness of the kratom. Little did I know it was Klonopin. And I'm looking around and I'm like, there's no way. I don't have any bottles. I was throwing shit away. I was taking one here and there. And then I would save one when I go to the doctors. Why? I'm an addict. And I would take it so it could come out in the urine so he could keep giving me my medication. But I wasn't taking it like that. Not one bit. Then when my eyes finally opened up and I saw that I was on it for 4 years, I was like, that's ridiculous. I never got sick off of this shit. But I remember putting them all in one bottle. And I would take 2 or 3 out and then throw the rest in, flush them in the toilet. Because I told him, me and benzos and SSRIs, I'm scared of them. But guess what? I had to go on something today. Because my mind was like, I didn't like what I was feeling. I didn't like it at all, you know. Okay, because I got some probiotics there too. Let me tell you, one thing, you guys, Pete and Sappin, that with the Suboxone, I always kept, you know how they say people when they go through benzo withdrawals, they get benzo belly? I had that. That's the most uncomfortable shit. You walk around like you're fucking gonna fly because your stomach is so full of air and everything. The Suboxone always kept me swollen in my stomach. And I'm a small woman, and all you saw was stomach. That was the most uncomfortable thing for me. Now, little by little, it's going away, but there's times that I still feel that the Suboxone really fucked up my stomach. I started having a lot of issues with my stomach. Fucking heartburn, and always my stomach was always swollen and getting big. I kept telling her, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why is my stomach all the time like that? Then I find out from reading from everybody else, the Suboxone ruins your stomach. And it's going to take a while for my stomach to go back to its normal. I never had a big stomach. I'm too small for a big stomach. I mean, I had a belly, but not to the point where, oh, let me tell you what happened when I went to the baby shower. I ain't say nothing. Somebody thought I was pregnant. Asked me when I was due. I'm there for my daughter's baby shower, and they asked me when I was due. You know how offended I was? But in a way, I laughed. But that's when I knew. I said, these fucking meds, these benzos, these fucking whacked out medication has got my stomach so fucked up that it makes me look like I'm pregnant, and I'm not pregnant at all. Believe me, guys, women don't like to be told that they look like they're pregnant. I was like, I don't make babies anymore. I'm not pregnant. Couldn't believe she asked me when I was pregnant. I was like, no, sweetie. And guess what I had on? I had on a black dress. Still asking me if I was pregnant. Oh, my God. Messed up my whole day. That's why deep down inside, I know, I have to be patient with myself because it's going to take a long time after everything that I went through for my body to get back to normal. Because with this Celexa also, I only plan to stay on it just for like 6 months, just to get my bearings up. Just as long enough to make sure that the Klonopins start becoming stable and I stop getting sick from the ones that I'm lacking. Thank God, in a way, it's not that bad, but it's intrusive enough that it bothers me. I wake up and I'm feeling like, shit, I feel sick. Or like when you're on heroin and the effects are leaving you, and and you start feeling like you're gonna be dope sick. That's how I be feeling in the morning. I'd be like, oh my God, what are you doing to me? What's going on here? I reach over, I grab my Klonopin. I don't want to do it at 5 o'clock in the morning, but I start feeling sick. I grab my Klonopin and it starts going away. That's why I know it's part of what I'm missing. I'm missing the other 4. But I'm going to hang in there, you guys. I'm not going to give up. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I just want my life back. I just want my life back. I was a productive person. And then I said, the day that it starts interfering with my job, then I know it's getting serious. And it got serious, you know? And I went to enjoy myself. Everybody was sick. And what do I go? I go behind my daughter-in-law. She's sick, and I share her cigarette. By the time I got to the city, my lungs was all over the floor. Really? So let me ask you, Sappin, with the tolerance withdrawal, does that mean that my body wants more? Because if it to me, it works a little bit, but not to the point where it used to. Like it's kind of like it's asking me for more, and I won't feed it. I can't feed it to 6. I can't do that. No doctor's gonna give it to me, and I'll be killing myself anyway. And then if I keep doing that, I have extras there, but I refuse to do that because every month I'm gonna be fucking bugging the fuck out. You know? And how could I go into tolerance in just 2 months? Yeah, in 30 days, when I found out the mess that I created, yeah. After I did the 36 days of withdrawal of benzodiazepines, whatever, what I thought the kratom would help, it did with the opiates. That don't got nothing on kratom, ain't got nothing on benzodiazepines. I'm sorry, they don't work for that. I knew I had to fight this a different way. So in a way, I'm glad it's not that bad, but it's uncomfortable because I wake up 2 and 3 times in the middle of the night, you know, and then I feel like I'm walking like an old lady, and I refuse to take a Klonopin in the middle of the night. I'm not doing that. I'm trying to stay at some kind of stability. He told me today. I didn't start my medication until this morning. Make sure you take 1 in the morning, 1 at night. I can't do that because I'm be sick all day. I'm not doing that. I'd rather be sick at night, which is not as bad. I mean, it could be a little better, but if it was really, 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 really bad, then I would have to do something more about it. But it's just annoying to wake up like that and having to sit and wait an hour to get my bearings back. So that's why I take it in the morning. Frick it. I suffer at night. But once I take the calm support and all that, I sleep through it a bit. I do get up and I feel sick, but I go back down and I go to sleep because the only thing we can do with this is time. That's the only thing that I'm working with right now is time. I have to give my body time to get used to it. You know? He literally asked me. Then I asked him, what's the life shelf on the Celexa? He said 20 hours. Okay, that's better than the fucking Klonopin, that long-lasting crap shit that takes forever to detox off. But, you know, I don't know how long I will continue this little withdrawal because he said that's what it is. But to me, he says it's Suboxone, and to me, it's not. Because when I withdrew from the Suboxone, I was fine until I started taking those Klonopins. I was fine. I had a good 3 weeks fine till I found out that I was taking so many of those things. And then when I ran out of them because I had like a little half a bottle. I thought they were clonidines, and I fucked myself all up. If not, I'd be sitting here pretty happy. Happy that I'm off for everything except my antidepressant, which I come to find out I'm on a mood stabilizer. Why would you put me on a mood stabilizer? I'm suicidal, like crying out loud. You know, he said, I didn't do that because you was on Suboxone. Suboxone keeps you calm. It also helps with depression. But since you started all this withdrawal stuff and all that, I knew that you what he said he knew where I was headed with it. I guess he know better. But he will not sit there and tell me that there are serious withdrawals with that. Because I kept saying, I want off, change me, give me something else. I don't believe you can even do that. I said, I don't want you to keep playing with me or keep me hostage. I don't want that. He said, stay with the Celexa at least 6 months until you get your head straight together. He said that'll help with the withdrawals. It'll help with everything else. And I said, yeah, whatever, because it didn't do that shit today. It didn't do it today. But I felt much better. You know, my family said I sounded better, but it's like the benzo has window periods. One day I'm okay, the next day I'm not. But I'll be very happy as soon as this mucus starts coming out of my chest. And this, I'm waiting for my stuff to come in the mail. I did it before. I gained weight, but you know, I got pretty scared because they said they wanted me to take a test for COPD, and that kind of scared me too. She says, I'm going to give you 3 months and see how this works out, and then we're going to give you a test to rule out the asthma, rule out the bronchitis, and definitely going to take a COPD test. I was like, Jesus Christ. He said, you're a smoker. And if that happens, I brought it upon myself. But I got Jesus Christ, you know. And if it happens, then it happens. You learn from your lessons, but I'm hoping that it don't. But I'm still smoking. But it should come. They said it should come by Friday, my stuff. I did it before. I stayed 3 months off for the cigarettes, but then I started getting fat. But guess what? I'd rather be fat and healthy than walking around with a fucking pump to breathe, you know? I wish you a lot of luck on your jump, sweetie. You know, and don't give up. I'm telling you, don't give up, because there's going to be days you're going to be like, fuck. And I think the physical part you can get over, you know, just call it like a bad flu. And, you know, once you take the magnesium, hopefully you did that for a month. It's good to do it a month before you jump, because it helps so much with the restless legs. Last thing you want to do is lay in bed with your eyes wide open, with your legs crossing back and forth, jumping like a fish like it was out of water. Not a good thing. You know, and if you can get something that'll help you sleep, you could sleep that way through. You know, the days are not going to be all that great, but you know, it's now or never. But if you fail, you're not a failure. It takes more than one time to get things right. You know, we're only humans, and we can't keep putting our bodies through all these shocking. Remember, it's a shock to our body when we stop putting all this shit in. You know, I learned so much. This is going to be the year 2018 that I will always remember as being the worst year of my life. And I had worse years, and it's all due through all these detoxing and all this clonopins and all this. I don't know. But I'm going to take the Mucinex, and I got the pump. Oh, I have to be out of this house by 4:30 in the morning. I work the polls tomorrow, which I know, because I already know my body, that at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to be sick. So tomorrow I do got a dose early in the morning, and at least I have to be at the polls at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm just like not really feeling it because I know I'm not going to be feeling that well. But hey, it's better than sitting and laying in my bed and doing nothing. I will be moving around. That helps. I'm sweating a lot, which is, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, or, the diarrhea stopped, thank God. But like what you say, it's definitely the Klonopins. I could bet my freaking life on it. It is. But it's not to the point where it's really detrimental that I'm like, oh my God, putting out my hair, not like that. But I can feel it. Some days are better. Some days are like, here it comes. It's like that. Today I feel a little better. Tomorrow I might not. And today is the day that I need it for tomorrow morning. But look, I'm going to do what I got to do because life goes on. But at least I feel a little functional. It's a shame that I had to go through what I had to go through just to get better. When you try to do the right thing, sometimes you feel like you should just fuck it, leave it alone. But I don't want to live my life behind some medication. I want to move to Virginia. When I want to move to Virginia, I don't want to go and move with Klonopin in my system, finding doctors who might not even say, oh, you don't need it anymore, cut me cold turkey. I want to be ready for all this shit. I want to be free. I want to be free. And I definitely went down too fast. But another thing, I never knew anything about Klonopin, never even researched the damn shit until I finally found out what it was. And when I researched it, believe me, I cried for days. After I researched that shit, I said, oh my God, I hit myself with a bomb. That shit was a bomb. When I finally realized what it did and what it was doing, I was hit. I was done. I was done. So tomorrow is, I'm going to be sneaking off, looking at the candidates, who's running, which I really don't care because I only vote in the primaries because they're all a bunch of crooks anyway. Nothing gets done in the city right anyway. So I probably won't be voting tomorrow anyway. But I'm better off over there making money than sitting home whining. But yeah, I was just at Dwayne Reed. I should have picked up a bottle. I have probiotics, but they might be kind of old right now. And I was on probiotics for a while. And I bought this very expensive one, but I let it go because it was very expensive. But it really worked. But I can't afford it. So, but like some people say, just get yourself a pretty decent probiotic and it'll help with your gut, which I'm going to have to do because there's some days I feel bloated and just fucking disgusting, like shit. Like I got people offering me seats on the bus thinking I'm pregnant. Oh, sure, thank you. Oh, it got to the point where I smile now. Thank you. Oh, my back and carrying this baby, and it's all bullshit because I got a gut from a benzo belly and a benzo belly and how you call it, a Suboxone belly. Lord. You guys, I'm really, really going to try my best. But I know that I have a bumpy road. I know that there's going to be days that are going to be good. And I know this day that's going to be bad. You know how they say you don't know how tomorrow is going to turn out to be? I do know how tomorrow is going to turn out to be. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to wake up feeling sick. But not to the point where, it is a little hard to move around. But I have to reach over and grab my Celexa and grab my Klonopin. I have to do that. And once I drink my coffee and get myself together, it goes away. But I know he telling me if I take the one at night, I wouldn't go through withdrawals. But the one in the morning ain't helping because, like you said, I went down too fast. Remember, I was taking 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 2 at night. I do want to try going back on one-on-one. I got 2 weeks off of work. I'm going to try it. After this thing, I'm going to give it a try since I'm on the Celexa to see if that might help a little bit. I don't know. I'm going to try it for a week. But I'm not even going to go as far as for a week. I'm going to try it for 3 days because I don't want to keep playing with myself and throwing myself out of whack. You know, if I just don't feel good in the morning, I just don't feel good. Just have to suck it up and wait until I feel better and continue my day on. And, you know, I have my, what do they call that thing that I told you guys I take? That supplement, which, by the way, Pete, I hope you got the Dalfa, Telamine, whatever, the Dalfa. It's very good for withdrawals. Very good for withdrawals. Very good for withdrawals, and it helps with your dopamine levels and everything. Especially with the kratom. People praise it on the kratom group until I tried it and I realized, wow, this does help a lot. That's number one. Try to get that if you don't already have it. It helps a whole fucking lot. Sapping, yep. I sure do. But you know what I was thinking? It has a shelf life of 20 hours. I was thinking of not taking it every day. But that doesn't matter because it says it takes, I think, 9 to 10 days to get an addiction off of it. But I need to treat it like I should have treated Klonopin. Like Klonopin really should be treated only as needed when you get stress and anxiety. Why he gave me that shit, I fucking never know. Only when you feel like you need it. So I don't think I will be digging into that Celexa like that. I'm very scared of Celexa. That's why I threw that bottle away. I don't hear good things about that shit. So no, I don't plan to be years on the thing. I plan to be maybe 6 months. And it's not going to be an everyday thing neither. So, yeah, I heard the withdrawals are not good. But this is coming from people who've been on it 10 and 12 years. No, I don't plan on it being 10 or 12 years. But it really did help me a lot today. But that's what I mean about those quickie things. The ones that make you feel good really quick, there's something going not right there because there's something in there. If it makes you feel that good that quick, and you know, something ain't copacetic. And that's why I was afraid of the SSRIs and the benzos. And now I went and I'm trying the Celexa, but I'm going to be very careful with that. I'm not going to take it every day. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for me. I don't know. But that's how I'm going to play it out. I'm not taking this shit every day. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to take my 2 Klonopins. I won't be taking the Celexa. I tried it for today. I'm very scared of it, Sappin. Very scared of it. I heard the withdrawals are bad, especially if you're a long-time user. It takes about 9 to 10 days to get, I don't know if it's chemically dependent or what is it, an addiction or physically dependent. Whichever way it goes, you don't like the withdrawals are not likable. They're The withdrawals are horrifying from what I heard. People suffering for 18 to 2 years. And that's why I told him I don't want any SSRIs or anything. But I was desperate. So I said, I'm going to try it. But what I'm going to do is not take it every day. I'm not going to take it every day. I took it today. I'm not going to take it tomorrow. And I won't probably take it for another 2 days. I'll stick to the Klonopin and see where it goes. Because the last thing I want is to fuck with that Celexa, which I really don't want to. But I was in a bad spot. But I also got to remember, I suffered a lot. And I suffered through the Klonopin a lot. So I don't want to suffer from two things. So I said, yeah, okay, I'll try it. I tried it today. It made me feel okay and very good and all that. But I am going to be very, very careful with this one. Very careful. And as an addict, we all like to feel better. But I'm going to be very, very careful with this one. I don't think I will take it tomorrow. I know. I know. I know. But I sat and I felt so helpless. But I also know that Selexa's not the way. It's just not the way. I'm just going backwards, and I really do know that. I really fucking do know that. So I'm gonna be very careful with that. I took it today, but I think I'm gonna lay off of it for a bit because I don't want to go through anything. I don't want to keep pushing any more bullshit in my body. And SSRIs are not spoken very highly of at all. And believe me, I did a lot of research on that. And when I had that experience with the Celexa, I flushed them goddamn things on the toilet. I said I would never do them again. And then he is trying to convince me, which I didn't take it too lightly this time. I was like, yeah, okay. I know about your convincing. Okay. Yeah, I'll take it. I took it today. Yes, I did feel better than I felt yesterday. But I'm going to leave it like that. Tomorrow, I'm going to take my 2 milligrams of Klonopin, and I'm going to keep it moving. Because what I was feeling was depression. I don't want the Celexa in my body every day. So I tried it today, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to continue it. There's a lot of medication there that I did the same thing too. I got scared of them, and I didn't take them. So I think most likely what's going to happen that I won't be taking the Celexa like that. I won't because it says it plain as day. Do not fuck with SSRIs. Celexa, clonazepam. Don't fuck with that. It says it. So I told my sister, you sound really good. Continue the medication. And I was telling her, I don't think that I'm going to continue it like that. She said, oh, but you was a mess before. You sound 100% better than you have in the last 2 weeks. I said, Rosa, but this medication is kind of dangerous. It's like the Klonopin. I barely made it through the withdrawal, through the cold turkey. I can't kick two things at one time. I just can't do it. I don't think my body will survive it, you know? So, yeah, most likely I won't take it tomorrow morning. You know, I've done that with plenty of medication, tried it once, and there's a whole drawer full of shit there. Because I got scared, and I know that the Celexa is no good. I know it's no good, but it makes me feel good. You know, it took that depression that I had, but I also got to remember that the depression that I'm going through is because I don't have no more Suboxones. I'm not doing the kratom, and I'm still going through I'm still going through pause and the psychological part of it too, and then the Klonopins. You know, I got to remember all that is attributed to everything that I went through. So now, if I throw Celexa on top of it, What the fuck? Like, that's another thing I was thinking about all day. I enjoyed my day. I enjoyed what this Alexa did for me. But I know it's not real. I know it's not real. I would give anything to make myself feel better. I said, okay, I'll try it. It felt good. It got my mind better, a little clearer, but so the calm support makes me clear too. But I don't think I will be doing this Alexa like that at all. And I told my sister that. She said, oh, we keep arguing about the same thing. You know, that's the problem. You don't take your medicine like you're supposed to. And I think, to me, I said, you're so fucking naive. All I'm asking you is to look it up and see the dangers of what it's doing to me, or what's it going to do to me if I continue. So I'm going to treat it like I treated the Clonopins in the beginning. When I feel depressed, then I'll take it. But if I don't wake up depressed tomorrow, why should I take it? It's supposed to last 20 hours. I'm not going to take it like that. I'm not even going to play myself taking it every other day neither. I'm just going to have to find another way to deal with it. And I told my sister everything that I'm going through is because of detoxes and the kratom and the Suboxone and the Klonopin. That's why my mind is a little fucked up. I said, but I don't think I'm going to continue the Selects. I already talked to her about that. She said, I think you're wrong. You sound beautiful. You sound great. I'm happy. I said, but you're not the one that's going to have to go through the repercussions. It's going to be me. And I don't think I'm going to be able to survive that. I don't. I have plans. I want to go to school. I want to finish what I started. You know, what job is going to take you with a benzo in your system? None. You know, on that aspect, you guys, I like it when you listen to me, you give me good advice. Yeah, that Alexa does scare me. And two wrongs do not make a right. So yeah, on that note, thanks you guys for listening to me. I'm going to keep updating you and letting you know. But no, I'm not taking this Alexa tomorrow morning. I'm going to treat it as a Klonopin. Like, if I get an anxiety attack, then I'll take it. If I feel like I'm getting depressed, then I'll take it. But it's not. The problem is when you take it every day when you don't need it. That's the problem. Because sometimes it makes you feel like it's a happy pill. And it's not a happy pill. You know? Kudos, Sappin. I see you guys tomorrow. Probably not tomorrow. Probably Friday. Let you know how my day went. And wish me luck on everything. I wish you luck, Pete. You know, I be praying for you. You too, Sappin. Have a good night, sweetie. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Bye-bye.